Welcome back to the channel. Oh, she's a little breezier out here than I thought it was. Today is Wednesday morning. Kind of liking this, be able to work during the week on stuff. But it kind of frees me up at night for, family things, and then, the weekends, and, we do stuff together. Then Sunday I can take it easy, but that's probably not going to last forever. Well, I can't. So anyways, my plan today, I'm going to stack this firewood here. We are over halfway done of filling this 16 face cord, firewood for next year. But I'm not going to bore you with this. While I'm stacking this wood here, well, actually, I got a little story I want to tell. I know you guys like stories sometimes, or maybe all the time, but I don't know if you can see this shirt or not, but it's a picture of the Lower Peninsula of Michigan. It's Tea Garden Construction. He gave me this shirt, Russell, a friend of mine. But anyways, what does that say, 2015? Yeah. Here, I'll look at the back. There's a bigger picture. And anyways, so a while ago, I did a video of things you didn't know about me or whatever, and I mentioned Starwood rafters. Well, before this I had experience with those, but Starwood trusses and rafters, I should say. But anyways, back in 2015, about 10-15 miles to the east of me, I think it was during the summertime, storm went through, and it had a tornado in it, and it went right through the middle of the complex of a pretty large dairy farm. Anyways, there was a barn that was only 2 weeks old, and when I got there, there was posts sticking out of the ground about this tall, where it just took everything away. So millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of damage. And the guy I was currently working for at that time got called in too, because we had experience working on that stuff, plus we were close by and able to do that. So there was 3 different crews working together, rebuilding that place. I think I spent about 6 months of my life there, working on basically every building on that place. Some just needed the roof patched, and some just needed completely rebuilt. So I think they had like 3 insurance assessors out there or something like that to evaluate things and this and that. And it was quite humbling. I showed up there, just piles of lumber and stuff there, just debris everywhere, and pieces of metal all over the countryside, for miles, just shredded up in the trees, and just crazy. I heard about when people they showed up and cows walking around with 2x4s sticking out of them, just crazy. But anyways, that was also kudos to all the area farmers around there too, dairy farmers. There were semis, and anybody with a cattle trailer was showing up to get the cows out of there, because the cows got to be milked. And it's not about the money. The cows have to be milked, or else they had the cows, for health reasons. But anyways, so lined up and for that, and that happens all over the country. Guys that have a barn fire or something in a parlor, and something else, and it's amazing how communities come together and help each other out. So but anyways, yeah, that was quite a while ago already. Boy, that was a lot of work, a lot of concrete, a lot of heights, and a lot of mud, seemed like too. But then it's a working dairy farm, so we had to work around that. Guys, feeding or doing manure management stuff. Then they were piling silage too. But yeah, there wasn't hardly a building that we didn't touch. It was, yeah, quite humbling. And then you know, satisfying, I guess, too, when we got done. So, all right, well, I'm gonna stack this wood. I'll let you guys enjoy a project I'm gonna get started here shortly. The 900 gas, I'm gonna put it back in the shop. I want to put the electronic ignition on it. I got a new starter, actually it's supposed to be here today, and I'm gonna put a new battery on it, and then somehow I gotta test the alternator, see if that's alternating, if you know what I mean. So, but anyways, I'll be back in a minute. And you'll be in there and I'll still be out here. Doesn't matter if you hook positive or negative, you're hooking them together. Should have over 13 volts. Yeah, I only got 11.8. And it's running. So either the alternator is not hooked up somehow to the system, or it's not working at all. Could be just that, so I need to change that. So I think I might start with that first before I buy a new battery. All right, you just be quiet for a little bit. Okay, so I could pick up one of these pretty easy, and this is something I should have had done anyway. So I'm sure it's got corrosion in there, but these are pretty easy to change. It's just pretty much plug and play. You unplug it one spot and plug it into another. So, yeah. Boy, it's kind of windy out. I wasn't expecting it to be so windy today. Whoa. I'm just looking to see. I think there's a clip right there I gotta push in. Okay. All right. Alright, maybe I had a screwdriver already out. Okay. Come on. I think that's what I'll do first anyways. Because this is, yeah. That might be a smart thing. I don't know. Alright, I guess maybe I'll just have to grab a bolt. Get that out of there, so I can't get that to push in. I can unplug that. Always something. Looks like 7/16. Yeah. Windy. Yeehaw. Ouch. That was my finger. Oh, and of course it wants to spin. So I'm going to grab another 7/16. Lovely. That's okay. All I got is time. right? Lovely. Lovely. Of course, you can't get in there with the ratchet in the end. Here, you guys can't see what I can see anyways. And it's probably dark. I don't know how well you're seeing. So, sorry. I'm just going to take this regulator off. I'm going to go to town and see if they got one real quick. I might take this battery that's on here, take it with me, have them test it. And go from there. Yeah, I've been, knock on wood, fairly happy with this tractor so far. And, you know, after the overhaul, so I should check the power steering fluid, see how we're doing there. Okay. It's kinda crusty. All right, let me grab a smaller screwdriver. There we go. That's what I wanted. Oh, but I want you to stay up there. So, there. Yeah, that one's a little bit green right there. I'll have to clean that up. Okay. All right, well, I'm gonna run to town. Actually, I'm gonna drive because I'm retired from running. But I'll put this in my pocket. Grab a 1/2-inch wrench. We'll take the battery off. I want to unhook the battery anyways when we go to put that electronic ignition in, you know, just in case. We don't need to ruin something. And I want this to be charging and, you know, make sure everything's working before I put that electronic ignition on there, because I don't want to ruin that. You gotta, I've been told you gotta have at least 12 volts at all the time to that, or else it could ruin that brain box or you know, whatever in there. So ooh, froze in there. Ooh. Okay. And I was also thinking about switching tractors for pulling out trees, just to, you know, change things up a little bit too. And if I want to, because it's starting to snow pretty good here, but not slight flurries. I don't know if it's going to mount to anything. I didn't think it was supposed to snow until, well, actually, I don't know if we're going to get any snow for a little while, because it's supposed to start raining here pretty quick, as in next week, I think. Again, that'll make a mess. But anyways, I put the back blade on here, and my back blade won't fit on this quick hitch, if you know what I'm saying. So I was thinking about modifying the hitch on the back blade so I can use a quick hitch, if you know what I'm saying, but not you know, screw it up so I can't put it on a tractor that doesn't have a quick hitch, if you know what I mean. So, all right, let's. I'm gonna run to town. You stay here, and then and I'll be right back. All right. Well, I ran to town. My local auto parts that I always use didn't have one of these. I could order one, but it was, in their words, kind of pricey. So I got on eBay, got one for $30.99 plus free shipping coming. It'll be here in a day or two. So I'm just gonna put this one back on for now. I'm pretty sure we need to change it. And the UPS is here right now. So that means my starter's here, so we can do that right away. Yep, new starter is here. I ordered a gear reduction starter. Thinking, hey, we'll try one of those out. Anyways, so like I say, I ordered another one of these. I don't know if these need to be grounded or not, but I'm going to put this back on like it was. So there's going to be nothing to change. I would think, but anyways, so it's supposed to be here in a couple days, and actually the guy's address, or it's a company I bought from before, is in Michigan. So I figure I'll get a new one coming. And you know, I'm looking at this one closer in better daylight, or you know, better light too. Yeah, it's needed to be replaced. Whether that's my charging problem or not, I don't know. We'll figure that out in a little bit. But if not, we'll get that alternator rebuilt, because that's kind of important, especially if I'll put the electronic ignition on there. And lo and behold, my battery was junk. So that's good news, right? Okay. Another thing I should do is try to hook up that choke cable. All right, well, since we're right here. There we go, there's that. I need to wash this tractor, but you know, it's kind of cold out. So, all right, let's start the pain in the butt process of getting all the bolts out of this thing. These two are not bad. It's the one in the back that's a pain. All right, let's take the little ones off first. We got just a little itty bitty. Just use a pair of pliers here. All right. So this starter could be rebuilt. So I'm not gonna just throw it away by no means whatsoever. The battery is still unhooked. So well, got an email. The tracking said my starter is going to be here between 11:45 a.m. and I don't know, we'll say 2 o'clock or whatever. It's not even noon and it's here. So kudos to their tracking system. It worked great. I don't know if you can hear that wind in the background or not, but it's definitely blowing out there. Nice, the motor's still warm too. I might take the starter solenoid off of this one and put on my other, on the LP. It's the same thing. Alright, 9/16. Oh, I'm just not looking forward to this. Because you can't get a, you can't even get a socket on here. You can't see, but I can feel it. There's a screw or bolt or whatever that comes into the starter from the back side, and you can't get around it. Anyways, all right, 9/16. This, you basically gotta do it. You gotta do it by feel. All right. Oh. So it's, you know, a swivel doesn't do you any good. There. At least I got it started right there. Okay. I'm gonna get the hard one done first, just because. Getting it loose, that was the big thing right there. Which tractor was it? Oh, that my red, white, and blue 950. That somebody welded a smaller nut to the head. If that makes any sense. So made it so much easier to get it out. Come on. All right, I'm gonna get this off and I'll bring you back. Okay, well, I took the other 2 bolts out. That way I could work the starter out. It's still not, it helps, but it's still not awesome to get it out. I'm only getting, I don't know if I'm getting an 1/8 of a turn per try. But it is coming, but so is Christmas. So spring might be here before I get it off, who knows. Okay. Wrench keeps getting pinched in there. Can't maneuver it. I'll get it. It's one of them things. Takes patience. Just be gentle. Alright. It's gotta be close. I just don't want to pull the threads. You know what I mean? Just, yeah, it's not, I can't even get a real good grip on it. I think these gear reduction starters, they have a little bit different way everything is on there. I think there's room to get in here. I have one on my 955. Actually, I think there's the one on my 1050 diesel here. That's some gear reduction too, I think. Could be wrong. I know the 955 is. That one works great. Alright. Come on, baby. I turned the camera back on because I thought I just about had it. I was wrong. Help if we could see it, but I can't even see it. It's gotta be getting close because them bolts are not that long. Get this thing off, and I'll show you what I'm fighting here. Yeah. Come on. You need a wrench about this long, which I got a stubby wrench. You think I can find the 9/16? I found the 7, I found the half, I found the 5/8, and I found the 3/4. Lock washer on here, that doesn't help getting it off, but it helps keep the bolt in, so you kind of got to have that. Like I say, I don't know if I'm even getting an 1/8 of a turn every time not much throw in it. Come on, baby. To be just about out of there. I swear that I think the diesels go on easier than this. diesel, I can stick a long extension in there. And I can get it right out. Oh, come on. So ratchet wrench wouldn't be doing any good because there's not enough room to get in there. Swivel wouldn't help. There, got it. What a nightmare. Okay. Okay. There we go. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, it's that bolt right there that's in the way. Can't get in there. All right, let's look at this a little close here. So, I don't know if you can see it. See if I can get you in close. These GoPros don't zoom in worth a darn, but you can see how this tooth is pretty good, but then you get to some of these other ones, you know, like that one's it's wore out. That one, yeah, they're pretty bad. Okay, well, let's get the new one out. So I ordered this thing this weekend, and today is Wednesday, and it's already here. Fire starter. All right. Got a warranty on it. 2 year. Holy shnikes. No, 1 year, sorry. Through February, yeah, I forgot it's already 26. Doggone it. So, okay, we're hang on to that. Put that somewhere safe. Oop. So I ordered this from Maple Springs. Old Bob out there. I've ordered some other stuff too, but from him, but in the years past. So he not a sponsor of the channel. This isn't you know, paid advertisement or anything for him. But I should probably read all this. But he does a lot of electrical stuff for Minneapolis Moline, more for the Oliver stuff in white, but does offer some for the Mini Mo's. So that's why and it's made in the U.S. So that's kind of a big thing here. He also has some other stuff too. Looks like some side panels and plastic dash and some other covers and trims and such. Cool. But of course, again, that's for the Olivers. Clutch alignment tools, yeah. Looks like he makes quite a few. He has some knobs and some other stuff too, aftermarket stuff. So, of course, but yeah. So, and he has a website. If you Google Maple Springs Farm, that's him. So, anyways, just hoping it fits in here. You never know. So, okay. Let's set that there. It's not super heavy like the other one. All right. Well, the orientation is correct. Let's see if it fits in a hole. See? There's room to get in there. Oh. All right, wow. Fits in there nicely, to say the least. Stupid wires. Get in the hole. There. Well, at least it fits in here nicely. All right, there's that one. There's that. Okay, the one in the back. Just trying to find the hole in the flange. I think I got it started at least. Sir. All right. Fits on there. Just like I wanted. Wonderful. That was so much easier. So much easier. Ooh, there we go. All right. I don't know how long this video is getting. I'll have to look. But I know I don't want it too long for you. Fits on there. You don't fit on there, do you? Yes, I didn't think so. All right. Oh, looks like I gotta put a different eyelet on here. My eyelet doesn't want to fit. Okay. All right, so I'll have to cut that off and put a new one on. All right. All right. Got a new one here. Put you up a little higher here. Maybe you can see better. I don't know. Put you a little closer too. Does that help? All right. I'll just double check, make sure it fits on there. Yes, it does. Okay. Need one of them fancy ones. Crimpers. Oh well. Let's see, yellow is right there. There we go. That's better. Okay. Yeah, you can order online from Maple Springs too. Or you can call. There it is there. I got it started. Okay. All right, let's tighten that up a little bit here. Tighten it up a lot of it. Jeez. I think we'll get this starter on here. Then I'll do the electronic ignition in a different video. Mostly because I want to get this regulator on, and I want to get the new battery on and go that route. I just want to make sure everything's electrically all up to snuff before I try that electronic ignition, because I don't want to ruin it. Speaking of ruin it, I should probably get the correct wrench. For that. Right? Yeah. You're right. You can get away with using pliers on them little ones, but these bigger ones probably. All right. Don't forget to put on the power cable, the main one from the battery. There we go. I don't know if I should have it like that. Actually, it must be a 5/8. I've got 11/16 wrench, but I think it must be a 5/8. All right. Let me grab the 5/8 to finish that off. Here you go. Okay. All right. Almost there. Well, you know, I didn't look at the ring gear. That's the only thing I'm a little bit worried about. If the ring gear is, I should have looked at it while I had it off. I was going to, and I forgot. But the time to change that would have been when we did the clutch. So, but we'll see. I'm just hoping it doesn't grind like the other one. So, and if it does, it's not the starter's fault. But that'll be on me. Boy, that wind, just a howling. But I think my battery and lack of charging has something to do with maybe some of the spit and sputtering this thing was doing. than fuel. I did have fuel problems, but you know, there is some of that crap in here yet. Right, this is a new filter. You know what? I was gonna pick up a new. See that right there? It looks just like dust. I don't know what that is. Somebody said it could be from the ethanol and the gas. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. But I'll have to get another filter coming. Okay, that's on. All right. Let's see if I can find stuff in my choke cable. I'm kind of tired to have to take the hose off and choke it. All right, well, let's hook the battery back up, I guess. I can't find that other what I was looking for there. Okay. All right. Yeehaw. Ow. Maybe this thing will start up without having a choke. Stand your back, Jack. Let's see what happens here. All right, we are in neutral. A little bit throttle. Ooh, better turn the gas on. Okay. Let's see if I got the wires correctly. I was gonna mark them, then I forgot. Okay. Yep, I hooked them up backwards. Go figure, huh? I should have known once I had changed the. I think they're both the same size. All right, let me grab a wrench. I'm gonna grab a wrench. See if I can do this more efficiently. How's that? Yeah, I think, did I see 50 degrees next week? So the old weight restrictions will be coming on. If you're not familiar with that, weight restrictions is what we refer to in the frost laws, weight restrictions. Are you kidding me? Is that what the 9/16 says? No, it's a half. Okay. Thought I found my 9/16 stubby wrench. Anyways, springtime when the roads are starting to, to thaw out, and see if I can do this without sparking. Roads start to heave, and they cut the trucks back. They can only haul basically a third what they normally can. So it's a pain in the butt, but there's a reason for it. So they try to save the roads, even though they're in pretty bad shape probably to begin with, but whatever. But as many of you know, Michigan, we have our trucks can legally haul quite a bit more than a lot of other states. We are not an 80,000 pound state. So, all right. I don't know if you're hot, so I don't want it to touch the whatchamadinger. Whoop. Let's put you back on. Real quick. Real quick, like. Now you can probably hear that wind in the background. I was thinking about going and get some more trees out of the woods. I still might. I was gonna stop using this tractor and use a different one. I don't like how there's only a couple wires. I'm gonna put a new end on that one. Just doesn't have much. There wasn't much holding it. You know what I'm saying? I feel a little bit better about that. Wish I had heat shrink ones on here, but I don't have any of them on hand. So. Should be using a little ratchet. We'll call that something. All right. Take two. Yeah, she spins it right over. I like that. So you see how fast it spun it over. Well, that's gear reduction. So yeah, that worked good. No grinding. Grinding is gone. That's gonna be the name of the video. So anyways, yeah, good deal. So next for this tractor, I want to put the electronic ignition. I got some other stuff I want to do. Hopefully here in a day or two, that voltage regulator gets here, then I can put that on. So yeah, tickled pink about that starter. Like I say, I ordered that from Maple Springs. It was 300 something bucks. Comes with a 1-year warranty. Yeah, let me find my receipt here somewhere. There it is. Yeah, a little over 300 bucks. So shipped to my door. He shipped UPS. Like I say, I think I ordered this actually, it's like Sunday afternoon. I was tired of hearing the grinding, and I don't want this tractor, you know, take the starter off, had to take it to the shop, had it rebuilt, because they're had to put new Bendix in there anyways, probably. But anyways, so tickled pink about that. I'm gonna save that starter solenoid off of that one. I'm gonna save the whole thing, but and put that on my LP once that one completely, you know, bites the bullet. But anyways, yeah, it was fast shipping, zero problems. So got it here, got it on. It went on a whole lot easier than the old one come off, as that bolt in the back is just a pain in the keister, you know, and it spun it over so fast, or so much faster, I didn't even have to choke it. You know, normally even after been running, I'd have to choke the tractor, you know, to get it started, which could be a carburetor issue too, I know. I also see maybe I need to tighten up my manifold bolts or nuts just a little bit. Got a little bit leaking around the manifold right there, but boy, I don't know. This tractor sure sounded good. Very, very happy with this one so far. So, other than now, I gotta get the crap out of the gas, you know, or continue to get it out. But I don't know what that is. It's like super fine sand. I don't know what that is, but you're gonna be fighting that for a while. I don't know if I should put more gas in there, but yeah, I don't know what would cause that. It's not like a rusty color or anything, you know, like if it was water. But yeah, I don't know. We'll deal with that at another time. So hey, appreciate you watching. Yeah, we'll keep swinging here until I find a day job. Every day, but or maybe I won't find a day job. I don't know. We'll see. I am looking, so don't fret that. But anyways, appreciate you watching. A little update on everything else, what's going on. But yeah, that starter's changed, and I was very happy with the one on my 955 as well. So all right, well, appreciate you watching. We'll see you in the next one.